Raised in the stone halls of Goguryeo, Muhyol grew under the weight of a great legacy. Son of Yuri and grandson of Jumong, he was born with war in his blood and destiny in his eyes. By 20, he was a general feared across the borderlands, and by 24, he wore the crown as King Daemusin, the great holy warrior. But Muhyol's eyes always looked north, to the land of Dongbuyeo, where King Daeso, old and bitter, still ruled. The very Daeso who had once tried to kill Jumong. In the harsh winter of his 8th year on the throne, Muhyol gathered his armies. Snow fell like ash from the heavens as war drums echoed through the mountains. His generals warned him, "Dongbuyeo is strong, its walls high, its warriors loyal." Muhyol simply replied, "Then we will climb higher and strike harder." Goguryeo does not fear ghosts. Across the frozen plains, the black banners of Goguryeo moved like a storm. Villages surrendered, outposts fell, and finally, Daeso's capital stood before them. Frost-covered, silent, waiting. King Daeso stood atop his palace walls, old armor strapped to his shoulders. He had ruled for decades. He had outlived kings. But now, the grandson of Jumong had come to claim what he believed was fate. When the king of Dongbuyeo fell to his knees, blood staining the snow, he looked up one last time and saw Jumong's face. With Daeso's death, Dongbuyeo crumbled. Its people surrendered, not in fear, but in awe of the king who had avenged his bloodline and fulfilled an oath passed down by legends. King Muhyol stood among them and declared, "This land is not conquered, it is reclaimed. And this is what I call justice." King Daemusin returned to Goguryeo not just as a king, but as a legend. His conquest of Dongbuyeo was not merely a war, it was the closing of an ancient wound, the vindication of Jumong, and the rise of Goguryeo as a true empire of the north. He was a true king. He ruled with wisdom forged in battle. But though the sword had won him glory, it also brought sorrow. In the end, Daemusin stood alone, remembered not only as a conqueror, but as a king who carried the burden of destiny to its end.